What's up guys, I'm Bryce Scherbach, and this is Mountain Bikers Riding Bikes, Talking Trails. I'm in Sedona. It's the land of vortices and red rocks and loads of amazing trails. Today I get to take my very first ride on the very famous trail Highline, as well as a trail called Slim Shady. They're right next to each other, and I'll be riding and spending the day with Lars Romig, Philip and Joanna Yates, three people that call this place home. They're all amazing mountain bikers. They're all an amazing wealth of knowledge, and they're all members of the Verde Valley Cycling Coalition. Both Phil and Lars are on the mountain bike subcommittee of the Verde Valley Cycling Coalition. Lars is a firefighter and paramedic for Sedona Fire. Phil and Joanna are both guides for trail lovers, and Phil's actually the general manager for that business. The three of them are rad. These trails are incredible. I had a blast. This town is buzzing with energy, and it's not just the vortices. So let's go check out Highline and Slim Shady and learn a lot more about what it takes to get this place going.
So today we're gonna hit two Sedona classics, Slim Shady Trail and Highline Trail. Probably two of the must-dos if you're in this area.
Slim Shady is kind of a gateway to the second one, Highline, and it's kind of a test piece of Sedona classic. It's blue, little borderline pieces of black, or depending where you're from, you might call the whole thing black. But just got a good amount of flow and some good Sedona rock features, and if you feel comfy on it, then it's time to turn it up.
Talk about this section, because you mentioned down below that this was actually like built, these rocks, which you don't expect to hear in Sedona.
Right, there's actually a fair bit of it, more than you realize, but it usually starts with something like this rock over here. You can see was the natural like diving board, and way back when Slim Shady was a social or legal trail, it was rerouted, and this was part of the reroute used because of that rock. And a couple of these are also natural. And then we just kind of connected the dots to make it to where you can double off the diving board as you come through here at speed. This one, of course, is a little dicey to thread the needle and get right off of it.
How do you build out here? Because I like myself included, I think a lot of people, when you think about the Southwest, particularly hard rock riding, like how much building can you do? But clearly, like there's more to Sedona than just like hard rock, right? Like surfaces. So obviously there are other dirt surfaces, but like what's that process like?
Well, I think the big thing is trying to figure out a couple things. One, how to keep the surface durable and last a long time. And then for the community, like us that are building, how do you kind of put a little like extra spice in there and make a little feature in there for people that'll see it or people that know, that are intimate with the trail. And then you also have to kind of herd the users too. If you can see on some of these, you have gargoyles on the side, and we have really soft erosive soils, and you want to kind of keep that trail a little bit narrower. So it's a combination of all these things going in to create the trail durable, fun, and preserve the experience.
The Forest Service and the Red Rock Trail crew both use like some pretty modern techniques now. You know, not only do they have grip hoists and come-alongs, and they're using creative ways to move rocks around, but they have like concrete saws, right? It's like diamond bladed concrete saws, so they can shape the rock a little bit more.
Nice.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
If you're in the area, go check out their work on Cathedral Rock, which was done by Summit to Sea Trails. So they outsourced that project, and they did a fantastic job. It's amazing.
Joanna, you're saying this is at the bottom. This is like the trail. If you're telling somebody, if there's something, if you have the proficiency, and you've got one trail to ride, why is this that trail? Why do you always suggest it to
There's
people?
a little bit of everything. For one, I mean, the trails in Sedona, there's no bad views, but on Highline, as you're going up this, I think like the first quarter mile is the hardest, so that's kind of like a slap in the face. But after that, it is so beautiful. And yeah, there may be some tech stuff. Even for people that aren't at that expert level, they can walk those features and still have a blast on this trail. Like, I'd say there's probably like 30% that maybe like a beginner intermediate would not ride and probably shouldn't ride, but it's still just a blast. I mean, views, the descent itself, it really is like my favorite trail in Sedona. So it's a good one.
This is 10 years ago. I would imagine dirt was probably at about this level. And then Lars, when was the first time you rode this trail?
Well, similar to dirt, not many ledges over here. You could literally come down from where the rider is up here, jump this small rise, and land into this.
Into dirt,
into
basically.
Dirt.
No way, really?
And
there's that's all gone now.
That's all gone.
At this level of dirt at that time.
And down below, if you
how long ago was this?
Like
in the mid 2000s is when I first rode it. Like when it got built kind of in stages, and the get off on this where it fills out there that was native soil level.
Jeez.
It's crazy.
So you can see there's been a lot of effort here to keep this looker's left side of the trail, rider's right, from widening. Obviously this is harder, so people kept trending to the rider's right. So Lars came up with this idea to put down concrete stain, which is supposed to imitate, mountain bike tires.
Yeah.
And honestly, as a mountain bike guide here, people don't know. People think that this is actually bike tire.
For sure. I would have just assumed this is
where everybody's riding.
From our tires,
Yeah, totally.
But it's good, So traditionally, a lot of places, us, Moab, we have blazes, like this white blaze that's faded here. But it's kind of hard. You're always looking for the next one. So to have that continuous line is it's nice, actually. Huge.
And then the idea with the concrete stain is that it mimics the tires and it feels a little more aesthetic rather than like painting a continuous white line or something, because that's the hardest part, is keeping their eyes following it, especially when you have as many users as we have.
This is my favorite personally, just because when I first came to Sedona, like, I don't know, 10 years ago now, I couldn't ride any of it. And so now I get to guide and coach people up here, which is really special. So it just shows like the progression of your riding over years. On a certain trail, you can come back and like session something or ride a feature, or like maybe you don't ride one thing, on one ride, but the next time you get like 3 more. So it's pretty cool to see your progression on a trail like this.
It's been a good barometer for you personally then, huh?
Yeah, oh my God, cool. It's great. And so now I come up here, I don't even think about any of the moves. I'm just like, this is my favorite trail, just ride all of it.